anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account. And when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling. Yeah.
He don't need any money.
Spend so much.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that
or bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have public comment.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
What? Floyd Mayweather Jr. appeared on Joe Rogan's show and mentioned losing around $1.1 billion at one point, yet claimed he still owns a private jet and hundreds of properties. He brushed off criticism by saying if that counts as being broke, then most people would gladly accept that situation.
Talk about the Business Insider article that ran.
Yes.
We debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls, and you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I'll leave that to the judge. I'll leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know, I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the question.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old. And I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad.
On the same podcast, Joe Rogan suggested that Mayweather's spending habits may have played a role in his financial issues, highlighting purchases like million-dollar watches and excessive spending on items he didn't truly need, along with a pattern of overspending across the board.
Man, he needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He got million-dollar watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
They give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity.
At the same time, a viral post on X Twitter gained over 7 million views, alleging that Floyd Mayweather Jr. went bankrupt despite earning between $1.20 and $2 billion in his career. The post described shocking claims about assets like homes and cars being auctioned. Financial analyst Akos Gupta added context, describing an extremely lavish lifestyle, never reusing clothes, paying for daily car cleaning, spending roughly $12,000 weekly at a Japanese steakhouse, and even tossing $50,000 into a pool during parties. He reportedly purchased diamond-covered tech, a $10 million ring, multiple luxury vehicles, and to private jets worth $60 million and $30 million, gambling losses, a $7 million jewelry theft, and a $22 million as tax demand further complicated matters. Much of his wealth was tied up in assets, delaying payments. By 2026, one jet was reportedly sold, creditors were allowed to claim a Bugatti, and his strip club had unpaid taxes. There were also claims he still owed Logan Paul $1.5 million. Despite all this, Mayweather maintained that his lifestyle is a personal choice and insisted that rumors about him being broke come from lousy.
I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. 29 years or 30 years, you keep getting money like this. I'd be mad too. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep your bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Call me the bread man. Chip money. Fucking throw it in handset. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm going to crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags.
Wade Clemens reacted to statements from Logan Paul, pointing out that the alleged $1.5 million debt from their exhibition bout remains unpaid, suggesting ongoing financial disputes tied to that fight.
Because he's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was gotta be content, stud. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow him to do certain.
There are also reports claiming Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing financial strain, with some analysts blaming decisions made by his new management team. Testimony in court referenced Jonah Recknitz as a key figure, describing him as a major cooperating witness in high-profile cases in the Southern District of New York.
19 million of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Recknitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy, his new financial advisor. Recknitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Recknitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told the judge. Sound familiar with Floyd?
Jonah Recknitz testify about maintaining weekly contact with the mayor in exchange for campaign contributions. Although no charges were filed against the official, he portrayed himself as someone who has changed. Discussing the pressures of success in New York, some observers drew parallels between his situation and Mayweather's, noting how pressure, management decisions, and legal challenges can lead to financial trouble even for powerful figures.
5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. He got sentenced to 10 months in 2019. Five months in prison, 5 months and house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. His sentencing has been repeatedly delayed and reassigned to different judges. But he remains free nearly 9 years after pleading guilty. So he's been out of jail for 9 years. The guy hasn't even done his 5 months. So he's got his hand in the corruption cookie jar still, it seems like. After the scandal, he moved back to LA, where he's from, and became a jeweler. He launched Jadel Jewelry and Diamonds, leveraging connections to celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Shaq, and Scotty.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas noted a major shift in how the public views Floyd Mayweather Jr. Once admired for his dominance and wealth, he is now often criticized or mocked. Atlas emphasized how quickly admiration can turn into skepticism, showing how fragile fame and reputation can be.
Yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, that he's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it.
An economic expert explained that Mayweather's finances are highly complex. His longtime advisor, Al Haymon, secured him a 6-fight to $150 million deal that gave him rare control over opponent selection while guaranteeing massive payouts from 2012 to 2014. He was among the highest paid athletes globally. However, lawsuits later suggested he may not have received full earnings from certain major fights.
Mayweather get that 6-fight, $250 million contract, but what was unheard of about it, Mayweather got to pick his own opponents and still get paid. Mayweather, the persona he cultivated, whether you like it or not, has sold tickets. He was a big draw. He was the top earning athlete 2012 to 2014. Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then after that he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get. So it's easy to get blinded, like it's a lot of money, but if you're supposed to get more, you're supposed to get.
For instance, Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly earned $100 million from his bout with Manny Pacquiao. Despite expectations up to $100 million, experts say that at such high financial levels, even small discrepancies can lead to major consequences. Meanwhile, Al Haymon continued managing fighters like Adrian Broner and arranging major deals with Oscar de La Hoya and Golden Bow Promotions. Analysts believe contract complexity, not just spending, is a major factor in Mayweather's financial situation.
Fought Conor McGregor. Huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $50 million a year or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. Right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, so Al Haymon is this. He's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays totally in the shadow.
Analyst Fannin explained that Mayweather has pursued legal action against former partners over financial disputes. Despite earning over $1 billion, heavy spending, gambling losses, and tax obligations created serious challenges. These lawsuits may be attempts to recover funds or resolve disputes with trusted associates.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit, filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud.
Throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather Jr. maintained an extravagant lifestyle, owning fleets of luxury cars, multiple jets, and high-end real estate. Massive spending on jewelry, events, and gambling added pressure, while unpaid taxes worsened the situation. According to analysts, his legal battles are not only about money, but also about protecting his business image.
Those parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about, or did know about, or maybe did not understand. Because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Heyman and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name because he didn't have his...
Mayweather became just as famous for his wealth as for his boxing skills. From designer watches and luxury vehicles to hiring staff for daily maintenance of his belongings, his spending symbolized extreme success. Weekly expenses reached tens of thousands, and gambling losses climbed into the millions. However, recent reports suggest that behind the glamorous image lies a far more complicated financial reality. Earnings exceeding $1 billion were significantly impacted by spending habits, tax issues, and legal disputes. What once looked like endless wealth now serves as a cautionary tale about financial management even for the most successful.
Sum represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never paid.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay updated for more accurate news and insights.